Oh, hi there. I'm Ryan, and this is another episode of Things You Should Have Learned in High School from Simply Resistible Productions. Now, this one is very important, and I'm sure I say that every time, but this one is. I truly feel that the education system is lacking on creating a curriculum based around career development. I feel like the education system has catered their curriculum around smart kids. Kids who will do things in an academic way. And of course, yeah, we want kids to get smarter, and they will. But we can't force certain topics on kids who have zero fucking interest in that topic. What I've done is I've done some research, and I went on StatsCan, and I've learned that 50% of students who graduate from high school go into the workforce or do absolutely nothing. Now, 12% of those are the ones who do absolutely fuck all. 38% of kids who graduate from high school go immediately into a dead-end job. If that's the case, then we need to help prepare them for that. But also, we should be focusing on creating curriculums that are based around or customized towards each individual student. Right now, we have a very broad curriculum that only caters to the smart kids. And that's truly unfortunate. Not saying that kids aren't smart. Everybody's smart. It's just how they learn is different, and as well as what they want to learn or their end goal in life is different. Now, this probably sounds easier said than done, but it is actually pretty easier to do. Every student has his homeroom. Every student has a homeroom teacher. That teacher sits down with every student for 15 minutes at the beginning of every year. And they ask them, what do you want to do when you're older? Okay, well, student A sits down and says, I want to be a doctor or a scientist. Okay, cool. How are we going to help you get to that point? All right. Student B sits down. What do you want to do with your life? I don't fucking know. Okay, cool. Well, what do you love? What are you passionate about? What makes you happy? And then you create curriculums based around that. Now, again, I truly don't see that as being that difficult, but I don't think that the education system would be A, hear me out, but B, make a change like that anyways. But if that's the case, then let's prepare. Knowing that 50% of students go immediately into the workforce, let's prepare them for the workforce, okay? Now, how to do that? Well, I've got a little list here for a curriculum for this class. We need to teach students about the labor laws, okay? I was 30-something when I learned about labor laws, and the only reason why I learned it was because I was a manager, and I was hiring, firing, making schedules, so I had to understand it better. Usually when people learn about the labor laws, it's either too late. They either get fucked over by somebody or by a boss or a job, or else they learn the hard way when they don't get paid or whatever, right? So it's very important that they learn at an early age labor laws. Number 2, how to interview properly. My oldest, I took her for her first interview years ago, and we sat outside the job for a half hour because she was too scared to go in and talk to a complete stranger asking questions about her. And that's literally all an interview is somebody asking questions about you and what you do and how you would do at things. And she was too scared. And she did it, and she got the job and everything. I was so proud of her. But this all could have been avoided if the school system would have created a course where they're teaching kids how to interview properly. Bring in students, bring in other students that don't know each other. Bring in teachers and help them kind of get used to having complete strangers ask them questions where they have to talk themselves up. Because a lot of the times, especially in this day and age, their confidence levels are significantly lower because of all social media and all this bullshit, right? So let's help them develop these skills by practicing them in a safe environment. Next one up would be how to create a resume. Easy, I think that is something somewhere, but not enough time is spent on this. How to create a resume properly, what to say, what not to say, all that kind of stuff, the basics. Next one is developing healthy habits. We have courses in health based on how to eat properly. We have courses in gym about, how to work out. But again, these are all blips in the radar. We need full-on courses on how to learn how to eat properly, how to meal prep, how to, understand calorie count, all that shit that we now know is so important, but we don't teach them in high school. How to work out properly. We teach them how to play basketball, volleyball, curling, all that other stuff. Cool. But more than half of them are not going to be fucking curlers or basketball players professionally. So let's teach them how to work out, things that they're actually going to benefit from in the long run. Another one I think is important is creating a schedule. And we're not talking day to day, we're not talking week to week. I mean, it can be that as well. But have a game plan. Even if you are going to do fuck all with your life, have a game plan. have an idea of like, in 5 years, I want to do this. By the end of the week, I want to accomplish this. By the end of the day, I want to have ran this long. Whatever. Create a schedule for yourself. Create healthy habits where they're, in the long run will benefit you outside of school and even outside of your career. How to say no. That's an important one. Far too many fucking jobs out there are asking and demanding things of employees that are not necessary, that are pretty illegal. These people need to understand what those things are and how to say no. You have the right to say no. If something feels unsafe, you have the right to say no. If you are tired or you don't want to work a triple or a double, you have the right to say no. Now, this kind of falls into the labor laws things, but still, understand that you can say no to your boss. And the number one thing that I think is probably most important is we're creating a work exchange program. We have programs where it's like take your kids to work day and all this other stuff. That's all well and fine, but that's one day out of a 4-year term. Let's do this as a course. Send these kids out. Have them go wash dishes in a kitchen. Have them be on the line in a kitchen. Have them be on the floor as a server, following servers, learning how to use POS terminals and carry plates, 3 plates at a time. These are all seem like nothing to you or to the education system, but it means the world to people in the long run, because if they're going out, if 50% of them are going out and just doing fuck all because they're trying to figure out what they want to do, well, A, let's help them figure out what they want to do. But B, if we can't do that, then at least let's help them prepare way more than we are now for what's to come. At the end of the day, the theme of this is understanding that it's okay to not know what you want to be when you're older. I know a lot of kids probably don't watch this, but it's true. I'm a shining example of that. I'm 36 years old. I didn't know what I wanted to be until I was 30, did that for 5 years, got fucked over, and now I'm back at square one. And that's okay. I'm happier than I've ever been because I now have a better understanding of me, what I love, and what I want to do. So at the end of the day, I feel like career development is probably should be top priority for some of these education systems. Thank you very much for your time. Love having you guys. Please like, comment, all that bullshit, and keep your eyes peeled for my next bitch and complain about the education system. Talk to you soon, y'all.